What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another Jaguar Jibberish Roar.
Gibberish gang.
Gibberish game. It's your man Marshall Best and your man Greg Castillo.
Mhm. What's going
Jag
on, everybody?
Nation.
What's going on, Jaguar Nation? We in the building.
Yep, stand up, y'all. Stand up, y'all. Wow. Well, we had a historic, and I repeat, a historic tournament as the guys were able to go to the NIRSA tournament somewhere not a whole lot of us thought we would have been, in last year before that. I mean, this wasn't even possible. This was really a dream. And, you know, look at what we have done in a year and a half. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just, I'm so proud of the fellas. I'm very, very proud of the guys. I mean, we're only going to get better from here. So that's the
Mm-hmm.
main thing. We're very, very excited
We're
that
saying the foundation's being set for everything. Everything's started. The concrete's getting poured. The foundation's putting down. A lot of people are putting a lot of work behind the scenes, and only better, like you said, only better things are going to get better. So
hmm So for this NIRSA tournament, let's break it down for you. I know a lot of people watched, and we appreciate the support. The guys definitely appreciate the support. Made it to the Elite Eight, and ended up falling short in the Elite Eight. Had some injuries. Roster's a little short, so and it was tough. But the guys played extremely well. They beat some big schools. Beat Oregon, beat UCLA, beat Stephen F. Austin, and went 3-1, losing to Lamar in the Elite Eight or the quarterfinals. Overall, we took 8 players. We were hoping to have more, but a few things didn't work out. So, of those 8 players, you had Jaden Campos lead in points per game with 16.75, almost 17 points in 4 games, followed by Amari Bailey with 14, and then Nick Van with 13.25. So played extremely well. Rebounding, we had Parabon Hawkins leading with 6 per game. Mario Bailey with 4.75, and then assists, Parabon Hawkins led with 1.25. So the guys were working their butts off, man. The guys worked their butts off. And, some people might be like, well, nobody really averaged 20. So, are they really good? This, that, and the other. It's hard to average 20 in a league that you have a running clock outside of the last 2 minutes of each half, right? And, it's a fast paced game. Guys get tired.
definitely, and this team's going to have to do it together, right? They're going to have to do it together. So you're going to see a lot of people averaging a couple, points away, but it's always going to be a team effort. There's no, we're all gonna have to do it together. So it's not surprising that we see the score like that, those averages together.
There's no I in team, everybody. There's no
No,
I in team. So
nope.
we got to remember that.
Yeah.
But having said that, that was good enough for being 3-1.
Mhm.
I think have they been fully healthy, they could have gone all the way. Me personally, injuries is
Definitely
what
fully
really got.
healthy, a little bit more rest, probably.
Yeah, a little bit more rest. Yeah, absolutely right. Uh, Team that ended up winning was Missouri State. We did not see them. They were a tough team. I give it to them. They were a tough team, and they ended up beating Lamar, who made it to the finals.
Okay,
So
so
we
we would have been
lost.
right there if we would have beat them.
Right. So we lost to the runner up. You know, for our team overall, we were sixth in points per game at 63 and fifth in points against, 43.5. So we held teams to 43.5 points. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Definitely something we saw this tournament, and hopefully we see going forward, is the defensive identity and intensity, and them playing really good defense. I thought they played really the best defense I've seen sporadically, but this was kind of put together over a couple games. And I definitely saw a lot of people sacrificing their body, trying to take charges, definitely getting on the defensive rebounding. I mean, I just saw a lot of positive things from our defense over this tournament.
Yeah. I agree with you, and I did too. So, the guys are, a little banged up. Weren't able to get enough rest, having to play. I mean, they essentially played 4 games in 3 days.
Yeah, losing Bailey was a big blow.
Yeah,
He
it was a real
was
big
statistically our second best scorer.
yes, he was. And Van got hurt, rolled his ankle. Hawkins, was hitting the chest, had something with his ankle, leg as well. And Jaden Campos
he was limping.
Jaden Campos had a foot issue. So, I mean, we were literally all banged up, but it was good that Bryson Barnett was able to get a chance to get some minutes off the bench, along with Mike Sanchez and Raul Saldivar Jr. Those guys really contributed. Hopefully we'll get to see Justin Uday a little bit more. I know he's still fresh, still has a lot to learn, but I definitely would like to see him thrown out in the mix in order to give the starters a chance to get a break.
Definitely.
I mean, we can see, the I call him the quad. Nick Van, Mario Bailey, Parabon Hawkins, and Jaden Campos. I mean, those guys are your top 4 scorers, probably your most athletic players. But if they can get Barnett, Uday, Saldivar Jr., and Sanchez just to get them a little bit off of the bench, they'll win.
Yeah, definitely. I think if it's a matter of, we've seen our offense go through spurts where, it's really, it's a struggle to score out in that half court, struggle, to score at times. And it's just about those 4 working together and figuring out their strengths and weaknesses and trusting their teammates. And then those ancillary pieces of the role players that are very important to this whole thing, because it's a team effort. It's got to be a team effort. There's no individuals here.
Yeah.
And so those got to complement and step up in those roles that they need to step into. And so it's just an ongoing process that we've seen kind of happen throughout the year.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. We're going to be previewing the next game. So we will be right back. And we're back. We are back. Jaguar Nation, stand up. You know what I'm saying? To Musa basketball, proud, you heard. That's right. That's right. So, the Jaguars are actually playing today, going up against Northeast Lakeview. Questions on a few players. about possibly playing. Amari Bailey had a knee issue. Apparently, he's going to try to give it a go today. So we will see. Perry Hawkins should be playing. Jaden Campos should be playing, and Nick Van should be playing today. Calling up a couple of guys from the IL. So they'll get a chance to play, see what they have, for this game as well. So should have around about 8 players tonight for this game. So,
Let's go.
Like going game against Lakeview. They normally have a good team. We haven't seen them yet this year, but they normally have a solid squad. So we're definitely going to be in for a fight and hopefully getting the starters some rest so they'll be prepared going on for these next games and ready to roll to win the TSAC.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. So as always, guys, want to make sure that you follow us at Tamusa MCB Ball. Go check it out. It's over here somewhere. Right there. Yeah. Right there. And you can get all the latest news and updates and, check out the stream. Also, if you like Spurs, you can check out Spurs versus everybody. You know what I mean? Right there, IG. You know what I'm saying? And check out the analysis on the Spurs. Coach Pop 1 win away from being the winningest coach of all time. So that's exciting. Will they do it tonight against the Raptors? Will they do it in another game?
Yeah. Got a homestand, big homestand. Not only is that on the line, but they're playing hopes. So
yep, this is really their season right here. So they took us out there. And also, if you just like all sports, the Russell Wilson trade, Carson Wentz going to where? Well, you have to find out on Stats versus Facts Sports Talk on YouTube, and then on IG and Twitter, it's SVF Sports Talk. You know what I mean? We got all sports there: soccer, basketball, football, tennis, golf, a little bit of baseball, a little bit of hockey. Everything is on there, man. So absolutely, go check us out, man. Go check us out. So before we get on out of here, Greg
Marshall,
give me your expectations for the team for the rest of the season, man. Like, what do you think their main goal? Obviously, winning the TSAC league, but what do you think the whole goal to accomplish to finish out the season should be on the minds of these players?
I think just devoting themselves to a gritty defensive identity. I think that's the most important key. Not to get frustrated. Their offense will stagnate. At times hard to score at times, but not to get frustrated. Trust one another, offensively and defensively, and really establish themselves, because there is a making of a very good team here, and it's just about all of them digging in, picking up the defensive intensity and communicating. If they can put all that together, this is a very good team.
Yeah, I do believe that they have the necessary tools to, win a lot of games, and especially potentially win this TSAC league. I would like to see them, yes, on the defensive end, definitely get those boards, get the defensive boards, because that kills them, offensive rebound or defensive rebound, however you want to look at it, kills us.
Yeah.
We get out rebounded.
Second chance points.
Yeah, second chance points. Opponent's second chance points, that is. But one of the main things I would like to see this team really work on and get better with for the rest of the season is to their half-court offense. Their half-court offense is practically non-existent. They're a fast break team. We're a fast break team. That's how we get most of our points, right? a lot of times it's one and done shots. It's one pass and then one shot.
Yeah.
I know Jaden Campos is a great scorer. Sometimes he gets a little shot happy. Okay. And he can score for sure, but a couple of those 3-pointers, he's taken a little bit too quick and too early, in the clock. And now that we're back in the TSEC league, we will have a shot clock. So you want to run the clock down as much as you can and work as much as that shot clock, especially if you have a lead. Because there are certain times in this NIRSA tournament, we had the lead. Campos took an early shot, tried to force the issue a little bit too much.
Yeah.
To where I remember you mentioned if he does that little handoff to Bailey or Hawkins in the lane, you're going to get easy layups and open it up for him. Now, if they take the bait, he can make a move, spin off of it, and go up and score because nobody's really, going to be able to stop him in the post.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to leverage more of his playmaking. He's a vital, his versatility and what he can bring offensively and defensively as your anchor. He has to play really well. And I think, like you mentioned, he's gonna have to, and this is maturity of as a player, you gotta have to pick your spots and learn how do I leverage my ability to help my team and how do I get more people involved. And my shots will be there. I'll be able to get mine. And that's just a growing thing he's going to have to learn about. Hey, maybe when I set a screen, I don't always have to flare out for a 3. Maybe I set that screen hard, let Nick Van get a switch on a big man and either go down to the low post and post up the smaller man, or just get to the corner and let Nick Van isolate. There's little things that he can work on and improve his game that will be very vital to, because his versatility really helps. He can score in the post. He can take his big man out, which allows the lane to be open for everybody else to drive. He can operate in the pinch post at the free throw line extended and do the dribble handoffs. He can do things like that. And so his ability to unlock that is going to be vitally important. And he's going to have to learn to play make a little better. So that's definitely something he needs to work on.
I agree. And also for the guys on the offensive side, we got to set more screens for each other. Look to move around, move that ball because it gets a little stagnant. They try to do a little bit too much dribbling at certain points, and guys are kind of just standing there. And it's just like, let's get some movement going around. Trust your shooters. Saldivar Jr. sometimes is open in the corner. You got to trust him to knock down those shots. Hawkins is open sometimes in the corners or at the at the wings. Trust them to take that shot. So if the guys are able to work on their half court offense, and also sometimes on the fast break, not force the issue so much and kind of bring it back out and reset up, not try to take 2 or 3 guys going on, then I think they'll be able to dictate the pace of the game a little bit better, because I think they get going so fast because they are a good fast break team that sometimes it gets forced, especially if they're down and really trying to get things going. And then it's just like, okay, well now you miss the layup. Yeah. The other team has the ball and they're coming down and practically is a 4-on-5.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we can get easy buckets in transition, and that's definitely easy for us, but it starts with defensive stops. You're not going to get transition. You're not going to be able to get transition if you don't get steals, you don't get rebounds and push the pace. So it has to start defensively. But yeah, you definitely, it's just about making the right decision, whether you're in the half court, whether you're at the transition, doing the right thing with the ball, not trying to do too much. And if you can able to do that and take care of the ball, because that's vitally important. You don't want any turnovers, easy points. I mean, there's going to be a slim margin because our offense struggles at times and our defense falls apart. And sometimes it's together, like because your offense is struggling, then I lose my defensive focus. Sometimes those are hand in hand. They're going to be very close games. There's going to be a very close margin for error, and everything, even the lowest things count: free throws, rebounds, turnovers. Those could be the difference in you are winning or losing.
And we've seen it happen in a few of these games, So just to update with the schedule, it'll be, if I can get it up here. There we go. It'll be Northeast Lakeview today or tonight. After that, we'll have a spring break, and then we'll be back at it with St. Philip's on the 23rd, then Trinity on the 30th. We're going into April. We have Incarnate Word, possibly Nationals. That would be from the 8th through the 10th of April. We're going to figure that out, see if we're still going to be able to do that. And then ending it off with Northwest Vista on the 13th of April before going into the TSAC playoffs. I want to say that's going to start the 16th or the 18th of April. And then from there, we'll see if we can take it all the way and win the championship for the playoffs. So those games will kind of vary, but that'll take us towards the end of April, essentially. And then that'll be the season. So got about I would say 7 to 12 games left.
Definitely. Good time to bond together. I saw some positive things. Teams, we were talking one another. We were going over plays, going over defense, locking in. And so if that communication keeps growing and that trust factor keeps growing, you're definitely going to see a really good product at the end of the season.
Yep. So, I guess one last thing, I want to say a big thank you to Mike Sanchez. He won't be with the team anymore, as reported by Coach. So we appreciate you, brother. You did a heck of a job, man. We'll give you a round of applause for that. And best to you and best wishes on your next endeavors, man. Once a Jaguar, always a Jaguar, man. Oops, right.
Definitely. I mean, I definitely saw him put his body on the line this tournament, trying to take charges and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's been a pleasure watching you, man. I hope nothing but the best for you. Like Marshall said, always a Jag. Once a Jag, always a Jag. We'll always be part of Jag Nation, and we appreciate your contributions to the team. And I'm sure the team feels exactly the same way.
Yep, absolutely, man. So that is going to do it for this episode of Jaguar Jibberish, y'all. As always, we appreciate everybody for watching. If you haven't watched now, you can always catch it on YouTube later.
Replay gang.
Yep. Follow us, Instagram, Tamusa MC Ball, y'all. Get the latest updates and news. Stay up to date on when we're going live as well. So for Greg Castillo, I'm Marshall Best. We will see y'all tonight, 8 o'clock, for the game against
on the dot. Put my dancing shoes on.
Y'all have a good one.
Peace.